Warning. The purpose of this video is not to discourage viewers from going to the dentist. Keep doing that. The purpose of this video is to show why going to the dentist sucks. Now, I don't know if every dentist takes their tooth x-rays this way, but all the dentists that I've gone to have made me bite down on this little SD card looking thing. And I'm not gonna lie, this might be like top 11 most uncomfortable feelings in the entire world. I don't know why, but every single time I had to bite down on this SD card, I could literally taste the gigabytes. I was tasting the plastic, the metal, and the vibranium. Also, not to mention, it was kind of sharp as a bitch. Like, whenever this thing was in my mouth, it felt like I had a ramen noodle flavor pack in my mouth. And I've never even put a ramen noodle flavoring packet in my mouth. But I just know that if I did, that's exactly what it would feel like. That's got to be top 10 anime betrayals. We should come up with better technology than this shit, man. I don't need a Nintendo DSi game inside of my mouth just to take a few x-rays. Let's get with the times. The New York Times. I haven't read the news in a while. I'm very left behind. Usually the dentist office doesn't really smell that bad, but if you ever go in there after somebody's had some sort of tooth surgery where they're shaving teeth and removing bits of your mouth and stuff, the smell as soon as you walk in is so disgusting. It's like a mixture of popcorn and probably otter feces. It sucks when you're at the dentist and they try to work on your mouth hole and they tell you to open up wide, and you open up as wide as you can. Like, you're pushing yourself to the very limit. If this goes on for much longer, your jaw might just detach. But even then, the dentist still tells you you're not opening wide enough. Open wider. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? This is as wide as your mouth goes. Or so you thought, because this is the part where the dentist pulls out these little plier things that pry your mouth open and leave it wide open for however goddamn long they want. And just when you thought you exceeded your limits of mouth stretchiness, your mouth stretchiness has just gone up. But they expand that shit like 4 levels. How does that even make sense? That's like Charmander immediately evolving into Charizard. That's not allowed. You can't just skip Charmeleon. At least you can say that when you're at the dentist, you reach levels that you never thought you ever could reach. Now, I'm not sure why, but whenever the dentist is working on my mouth and they decide to put the spit-sucking tube in my mouth and suck all my spit out, I feel so disgusting. I don't even want to look myself in the mirror afterwards. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like almost as disgusting as drinking water out of a paper straw. I wouldn't go that far, but it's like almost that bad. Now, the water tube, that might be the greatest feeling on planet Earth. When the dentist decides to use the water after the spit-sucking tube, oh man, that feels so rejuvenating. I feel like I'm regenerating my health, man. That's like Chug Jug IRL type shit. I'm sure you have to be a pretty smart human being to become a dentist or orthodontist. But with that being said, you have to be some level of mentally challenged to have my mouth pried open and still ask me questions. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but I'm pretty sure that when the human mouth is in this position, it's not very possible to speak. Listen, I would love to have a conversation with you some other time, but right now, I mean, I'm physically incapable of conversating with you. Please stop talking to me. Bitch. Getting anesthesia at the dentist has got to be a very scary thing to do. I mean, call me paranoid, but when you're under the anesthesia, what's stopping the dentist from pulling out your wallet, stealing all your money, and then putting the wallet back and telling you, sorry, man, Celine Dion just walked in the room and took all the money out of your wallet and left. It was insane, man. I mean, if I'm on hard drugs, I'm probably going to believe the dentist if he tells me that Celine Dion walked in the room and stole my money. She would do that. Like, maybe Celine Dion gets put on anesthesia and then somebody steals her wallet and then that forces her to steal my wallet because she thought I stole it. She would do that. Going to the dentist is already not the most fun thing to do. So after it's done, you're very happy that you're finished with that, right? Or so you thought. Because as soon as the appointment is done, the dentist says to you, hey, make sure you don't eat anything for the next 3 hours. I'm sorry, what in the Dr. Seuss nutsack juice is going on here? I just went through 2 hours of you asking me questions while my mouth is completely wide open, and you're sucking spit out of my mouth with this HDMI cord looking piece of shit. Now I have to go 3 hours without eating food. So these are the reasons why going to the dentist sucks. If you agree with everything I said, make sure to like the video. Shout out to the dentists. Hygiene, you know, that shit is kind of cool. Peace. Subscribe!